Is it a case of a deal gone wrong? And how comes a man who claims that he was abducted was actually recorded by his abductors so that that can be linked with a powerful politician from Western? So many questions are still emerging around the dramatic weekend arrest, Kamata Friday. The weekend arrest that we saw of former sports CS Rashid Echesa, a man who was brought in government under William Samoei Arap Ruto influence. And after he was kicked out by former President Uhuru Kenyatta, he's back in the political fold as the chairperson of Kenya Water Towers. Ladies and gentlemen, just this evening, after Rashid Echesa was arrested and taken to Muthaiga Police Station, the lawyers presented medical reports that he was sick, and despite of just Danstan Omari and Kakamega Senator Boniface Boni Khalwale trying to plead with the police to release Echesa for medication, it took the intervention of President William Ruto and the deputy for him to be taken to the hospital. But what exactly are we not being told? How is this powerful man that can arrest Echesa and have the influence of DCI and the National Police for him to be arrested on the weekend and even fail to be presented in hospital for treatment? So many questions are lingering into, because this is the bold. I want us to dig deep. I want us to ask the real questions so that we can find what exactly you're not being told. I wanted to start here. This is a video. I wanted to watch this video thrice.
Msinu, mimi niko tayari kutoa pesa yote. Msinu, hata nimetumana wanaleta. Tafadhali. Msinu, hata kama ni bilioni 1 mimi nitatafuta. Msinu, mwambie Fernandes aniache. Mwambie ni Fernandes, mimi sitaongea kwake tena. Tafadhali msinu. Mwambie ni Fernandes anisamee. Makosa yote nilifanya, mwambie Fernandes anisamee. Msinu, watoto wangu watahangaika. Msinu, mimi niko tayari kutoa pesa yote. Msinu, hata nimetumana wanaleta. Tafadhali. Msinu, hata kama ni bilioni 1 mimi nitatafuta. Msinu, mwambie Fernandes aniache. Mwambie ni Fernandes, mimi sitaongea kwake tena. Tafadhali msinu. Mwambie ni Fernandes anisamee. Makosa yote nilifanya, mwambie Fernandes anisamee. Msinu, watoto wangu watahangaika. Msinu, mimi niko tayari kutoa pesa yote. Msinu, hata nimetumana wanaleta. Tafadhali. Msinu, hata kama ni bilioni 1 mimi nitatafuta. Msinu, mwambie Fernandes aniache. Mwambie ni Fernandes, mimi sitaongea kwake tena. Tafadhali msinu. Mwambie ni Fernandes anisamee. Makosa yote nilifanya, mwambie Fernandes anisamee. Msinu, watoto wangu watahangaika.
And that's why I've looked it. There are two videos. The one, when allegedly the man claiming to be Rashid Echesa is filmed on a video here, talking about telling his tormentors about what, according to him, is the right thing. So those are two videos. The other one is claimed, the other video you're seeing there is allegedly claimed to be the Kakamega Governor Fernandes Barasa. From these two videos, there is something you can see. In fact, they were released, they were all choreographed. All of them are not so long videos. So someone may even want us to think that they're taken secretly, which is not the case. There's some 5 observations I want us just to make from this video, because this is the starting point. There seems to be a transaction. And Rashid Echesa, allegedly the Rashid Echesa there, I think we can confirm due to the way that is his voice, is saying he's willing to pay some money to purported Governor Fernandes. So there seems to be, and this is what he wanted, because it is very clear that after this video was recorded, it took some time. It did allegedly reported to the police, but no action was taken. But the people that recorded this video had some objectives they wanted to achieve. The first objective is to say that there is a transaction that might have happened between Fernandes Barasa and Rashid Echesa. Number two, he's allegedly blaming the governor as someone who, is behind his tormentors. I don't know whether he's trying to say that maybe the governor is there, or maybe that was stage managed or something. But it's also painting the governor in a bad note, because I want you to imagine someone looking at that video to believe that the people that maybe were tormenting the Rashid Echesa was sent by the governor. So it's also to portray the governor as a man who works with goons. Those are not police officers. That is not something very legal. So even the mention of governor's name into that scenario ni kutuonyesha kwamba the governor amemfanyia kitu that portray the governor as a man who is working with goons. And that's why he's saying kwamba sitaendelea kumuongelea. So allegedly to say that maybe he's going through that because he badmouthed the governor. Question, the other 5 observation. Who is the taker of the video? Because if the taker in that environment, where I want us to imagine, I've never been to that, but I want us to imagine a situation where someone has been abducted or maybe kidnapped and is there with his kidnappers. Is there any person that can take video secretly? No. So this video was taken by kidnappers, by the goons. Allegedly the goons that were around the former cabinet secretary. So that begs the question. If Fernandes Barasa was to be behind all this, would he allow his goons, rather the tormentors, to share this video? Would they be to take that video and share? Or is it a case of a deal gone wrong? That this happened, but people decided maybe to share the video. After this video, which had happened some 2 weeks earlier, there is no clear narration of what exactly happened. How? What would they expect? What would ordinary Kenyans expect? What we would expect is that after this, we are shown a video. Rashid Echesa calls press, because he's still alive, he survives, calls press in his compound and narrates to us what happened. Where were you taken? Were you dragged from your car? Were you dragged from your house? What exactly? At what time? How did they leave you? Where did they leave you? We need to be given the chronology of events as a man who is really sorrowful, a man who is really fearing for his life. But even after this video emerging, we are not seeing a Rashid Echesa who is fearing for his life. The story is not magnified. Think about Ann Jerry. The way Ann Jerry narrated what happened and how she was arrested. So we are not seeing a former cabinet secretary ashikwe afanywe hivi. Then you want to tell us that that story is not magnified, is not covered in media? So many questions about this. Now, so far what do we know? This is what we've seen in that video. Barasa, last week, there was a man who was charged in Kibera Law Court. Some witch, those people are not called witch doctors. My English teacher, Mr. Frederick Odhiambo, told us it's not witch doctors. Those people are not doctors. Those people are witches. Some witch went to, allegedly tried to blackmail the governor that to pay him 270 million, or else he will release some nude photos of the governor when governor appeared before the said witch seeking some incarnation to win towards ahead of the last year's general election. I'm just even wondering, would you think that will be something that will really bother the governor? Yenye hata itishe all that money. 270 million. And this man even solicited around, I think, 240 million, needed 240 million from the governor. So this is so far what we arrest, and there was an attempt to link that to this story. That is so far what had actually been reported. Now, the intention of the video is to draw some sympathy as a man who is being sought by the governor. Remember, the same time, Rashid Echesa this week was supposed to appear in court over the 39 billion fake arms deal. Remember the fake arms deal that happened, that was linked between him and the office of the deputy president, the story that was done way back. So there are a lot of deals around the head of Rashid Echesa. So what happened to, and after, what really raised eyebrows is the fact that he was arrested on Thursday. The person who might have behind the arrest knew very well that the former sports CS will spend a long weekend, because akishuka Friday alikuwa anajua vizuri ashikwe Thursday so that akae, because there's going to be a very long holiday, akae apelekwe koti probably on Tuesday or not, which means that maybe this person doesn't even have a big case, doesn't even have a good case, but just wants to torment this gentleman. And so that is where I draw the question. How powerful is this Fernandes Barasa, allegedly, that alleged Fernandes Barasa, that he can influence DCI and police to do such an arrest? Is he able to do that without Deepstate? I have been asking that question. And today, Boni Kalwale has been around this case up and down. And I've just seen this video, them confirming what I was being asking here. Why did it take, because after Mepelekwa, the lawyers started running with reports that Rashid Echesa is sick and is supposed to be taken to the hospital. And the police had declined according to a report. And I'm going to read for you, I'm going to share with you that video. But today, I've just listened to Kalwale confirming that William Ruto and Deputy President made the calls for Rashid Echesa to be released. Listen to that.
I want to use this opportunity kushukuru our councils, Cliff Ombete and Danstan Omari. Number two, I want to thank the President and the Deputy President for responding to our appeal of yesterday. The police had completely refused to listen to us, but our appeal has been listened to, and we want to thank the two leaders for where we have come. Having come this far, I came before the office of the President and I pleaded that I be given Rashid so as to bring Rashid to hospital together with members of his family. I'm grateful that we were given Rashid. Rashid is now in hospital. I don't even have the energy to address you because I feel very bad as a qualified doctor, a good one, that a man who is now lying in a hospital bed, hapa kwa casualty, with blood oozing from the wound that he undergone a previous operation, was going through this treatment at a police station. I feel really, really bad for this country. But be that as it may, we thank the system that Rashid is now in hospital. Let him stay in hospital. I know the doctors will release him when he is due.
Let it go on record, and you have heard from Senator, we failed to convince the police that the life of Rashid is in danger. As lawyers, we presented medical reports. The police refused to release Echesa or take him to hospital. The Deputy President and the President intervened. Today, Echesa has been brought here for medical attention. The condition is horrid, as doctor has told you. He's bleeding profusely from the wound where he had surgery. We leave it to God, and we leave it in the hands of the doctors.
So, what we have been actually asking here is, Rashid Echesa is a very close friend to William Ruto. Is it, what exactly happened that anaweza shikwa na Ruto simtetee? It's not a must that Ruto amtetee. But, listen to this narration yesterday. I think that was or rather I need to explain first. That press briefing today happened somewhere in Karen Hospital when he was taken there. And I have also seen the UDA Secretary General, Malala, also coming out to show solidarity. And they're trying to paint a picture that there is a very powerful man that is tormenting this gentleman, Echesa, and so William Ruto amekuja kusaidia. Both Malala and Khalwale. But I know very well that Khalwale is seeking governor's seat in Kakamega. So he's also seeking some bonga points. Because sababu kiti na hit Fernandes kidogo, he's also getting some bonga points. I don't think there is much of his relevance there. The same reason could also bring Malala. But Malala is in that picture also as a Secretary General of UDA party. Which also means, and they went there with UDA digital team, which also means that they want to absolve the president from the blame. That there is this powerful man that arrested Echesa and influenced even the decision for him even not to be taken to the hospital, even though I know that story of being taken to the hospital is part of the tricks they use to seek their freedom so that they don't stay in police cells. I know that. That is just part of the gimmicks they normally play. And now they've been roaming up and down. Now, listen to a picture that Danstan Omari painted to us.
For more than 8 days. Number two, when we got wind that Rashid Echesa is here, we came, we have been denied access. We have not had a chance to see our client, contrary to the provisions of the Constitution. We have been told by the police here at Muthaiga Police Station that there are very clear instructions from the DCI headquarters that anybody who wants to see Echesa, whether a wife, whether a child, whether a parent, whether a lawyer, should go to seek permission from the DCI headquarters. This is against the law. This is contrary to a democracy. We have told the police that we shall sue the police by their names, not by the office of the Inspector General of Police. Any police officer who has detained Echesa unlawfully by denying him access to the advocates, we shall sue him in person by their own name and rank. It is, we are back in the dark ages where people could be arrested, kept incognito, and Echesa could have disappeared. We are not even aware whether the information we got, whether indeed he's here or is dead. We don't know, because as lawyers we cannot confirm that Echesa.
Sometimes I don't fancy the kina Danstan Omari sometimes, because these people, as much as they portray public litigants, na mimi naona kama wakonga tu watu wako east side na east side. I don't think they are so much into this public litigation defending the other person. Listen to their speech here. So you get confused. There is some complainant. Remember, even when they went to court, there was no complainant. The police could not produce the complainant in the case. Ladies and gentlemen, this is some 4 possibilities I'm just seeing here. Number 1, this is a pure case of deal gone wrong. And what we are being treated to, a disagreement between Echesa and Kakamega Governor is behind it. For me, that is not the detail. That could be the smoke screen. But there could be a deep state hand, a big fallout between Echesa and the big men. And this is not the mere extortion story. We are being told of some extortion. It's not the mere extortion story between the governor. Because why is it that the police are hiding the details of the whole case? You're not just being told of, some flimsy charges. You're told of extortion. Hii pesa 250 million ni pesa ya nani? Ni governor pesa yake ama ni pesa ya county? If this would be a corruption within the county, we would have seen EACC swinging into action. It is not very clear. And even the investigators, they want to arrest that person, keep this person, do this. But we are not being told the real story. Honestly, we are not being told the real story. But a story that can take a former CS, akae ndani, akuwa arrested on a weekend, with an intention to be locked up in police cells for the whole weekend, is not a mere fallout between a CS, a former CS, and a governor. No. Hapo nimekataa. Someone may really challenge me in that. I see a deep state hand. And in fact, it should be, who is really falling out with Echesa? Is it really Fernandes Barasa? My answer is no. It's not exclusive. And again, do you realize that Fernandes Barasa is very silent about this matter? Even those videos circulated I understand that he was arrested because of faking that abduction. If you are arresting someone for faking an abduction, would that warrant a weekend? Would that warrant a Thursday, a Friday, Kamata Friday? Kamata Friday is a hand. The reason why this arrest is, to me, not what we are being treated to. It's high profile. And maybe people are not just giving us the details, but from where I'm seated, this is high profile. Thank you guys. Tell us what you think about this.